Jamaicans are reminded that they can easily access tax information if they are unsure what taxes are to be paid and how much. The information was shared by Tax Education Officer Antoinette Anderson on the recently aired episode of PBCJ Presents. Ms. Anderson explains what taxes are paid for persons employed by an organization.
The NIS is calculated on your gross emoluments. For persons who are employed, it's calculated on their gross emoluments. So the current NIS rate is 3%, and it's 3% for both the employer and the employee. The education tax is calculated by removing the NIS and these other exemptions and pension amounts. What is left is calculated at 2.25% for the employee. On the side of the employer, their rate is 3.5%. Current rate for NHT for employees is 2%, but the employer pays 3% on behalf of the employee. The income tax, on the other hand, is based on what your overall income is.
She shared what percentage must be paid if you are self-employed.
Naturally, the rates will be a little different. So like for a self-employed person who is contributing to NIS, their rate would be 6%. So they're paying collectively the amount that would have been paid if they were on the employed side of it. So that's 6% for NIS. They'll pay 3% for NHT, and is the same for education tax, 2.25%. Now, how it's calculated on the self-employed side of it is based on net profits, right? So if your net profits are in excess of the 1.5, yes, you're going to be required to pay the income tax.
She reminded Jamaicans there are thresholds in place, and each threshold tells us the amount of taxes due. Ms. Anderson further explained why it's important for Jamaicans to pay taxes.
The government cannot run the country without its major source of income, which comes directly from taxation or from taxes. Why you pay it? You're paying for roads, you're paying for schools, you're paying the teachers who have to go into these schools, you're paying for health workers, you're paying for the fire service, you're paying for the police, you're paying for the persons who are at the retention centers, what we call the prisons. You're paying for all of this. And it's best when everybody contributes their fair share. It's necessary.
You can find out more about taxes by visiting our YouTube page to view PBCJ Presents.